Hi, Leah. Thank you so much for letting us ask you a few questions today.
Absolutely.
So, what's your job at the Legal Defense Fund?
Senior counsel.
And where are you arguing your next case, Alexander v. South Carolina State Conference of the NAACP?
Before the Supreme Court.
What's the case about?
Racial gerrymandering.
What is one takeaway from that upcoming SCOTUS case that everyone should know about?
They should know that our Constitution protects against racial discrimination in line drawing.
What are you reading right now?
I'm reading Voix, LDF's magazine, and more honestly, many cases, many briefs, and lots of the trial record.
Nice. Can you show us around?
Surely.
So, when did you start working at LDF?
In February of 2012.
And how does it feel to be joining the small cohort of Black women, including LDF alum Constance Baker Motley, to argue a case before the Supreme Court?
It feels deeply humbling, it feels anxiety-ridden, and I feel grateful.
What is racial gerrymandering and how does it impact Black voters?
Racial gerrymandering at its base is the significant sorting of voters on the basis of race without a good reason, and it injures voters in constitutionally significant ways.
What's a book that everyone should read?
Dr. James Anderson's The History of Black People in Education in the South from the late 1800s to the early 1900s transformed how I think about the fight for education that Black people have made in this country.
With everything going on between balancing an upcoming SCOTUS case, other work, and life, what makes you happiest?
I would say art, lots of art, visual arts, dancing, music, anything where interesting people are doing creative things, that inspires me.
Can you tell us about this desk?
Absolutely. This is Thurgood Marshall's desk, and I hope where he did some of his most important thinking.
What's a lesson you learned from Thurgood Marshall?
Many, many lessons, among them to strive for excellence in our work, to pursue racial justice and our constitutional rights relentlessly and with strategic vision, and to always, always, always work in partnership with our clients and the communities that we are more than privileged to serve.
Where are we right now?
We are in LDF's archives department, which contains a lot of the historic documents from LDF's work across many, many decades.
What keeps you motivated to keep fighting for racial justice?
Many things. They include my family. It includes all of the people who fought before me and for me. It includes those who will come after me. And also a fundamental belief that we can and must do better in our country.
How does this upcoming Supreme Court case relate to LDF's recent victory in Aden v. Milligan?
They are very different cases in the sense that they raise different claims, different theories, require different evidence and burdens. But I would say that fundamentally both are about using legal tools to protect against racial discrimination and congressional line drawing.
How does South Carolina's map harm the power of Black voters?
There are two key ways that the map harms Black voters. The first is the indignity of sorting Black voters in one of the districts on the basis of race and without a good reason. And the second is relegating Black voters to one voice in one of South Carolina's 7 congressional districts. Both of those harm Black voters in South Carolina, and that's what a trial court found.
What happens next after the oral argument at the Supreme Court?
Well, we wait, hopefully for a successful decision and hopefully one in time for a remedy for the 2024 congressional elections.
What's the best part about working at LDF?
There are many things. I've been here since February of 2012, as I mentioned. And key among them is that I get to do work that I love. I get to partner with clients and communities who I care deeply about. And this organization attracts some of the brightest people who I get to fight alongside. And all of that together makes work really joyful, really challenging, but well worth it.
Greatest piece of advice you've ever received?
To follow my own path.
Leah, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're more than welcome.